Hi guys! Have you ever wondered why you are not ranking up when you're solo queuing in rank? Well, that's because you're the problem. You suck! Okay, so now I've got your attention, let's move on to the video. If you have no friends but you like to play rank casually, like me, and you want to rank up, then you've come to the right place, my child. Solo queuing is a challenge itself because you will be paired up with random strangers that have a variety of skill level from shit to not so shit. So if you're struggling to rank up playing solo queue in Rivals, I have condensed my personal tip that will definitely help you to rank up in this video. Stick till the end if you're a chill guy. This video is not a beginner's guide on how to play Marvel Rivals, as there will be a whole separate video on its own in the near future. Before we begin, it took me 17 hours to solo climb all the way to Grandmaster with a win rate of 66%. Wanna know my secret sauce? Not telling you. JK. I insta-lock duelist every single match. Yeah, you heard me right. So now you might be thinking, but Xian, other people say that insta-locking is bad and you shouldn't do it. But if you think about it, insta-locking into roles or heroes that you are the most confident in is probably the best way to climb up the rank ladder as a solo player, right? So now let me fill you in on my other secret sauces on how to solo queue to climb the rank. Number 1. This is the most important tip that I can give to almost any solo queue players. Turn off your team chat, all chat, and voice chat. Not only does this help protect your mental from toxic teammates and enemies, but it actually gives you like a safe space kind of feeling that no one's gonna judge you no matter how you perform in the game. So just be free, my child. Play, just play. Number 2. Positioning. Learning how to position yourself at the right place and at the right time is crucial to provide good impact to your team. Often not, being in high ground gives you an advantage in fights. Besides this, learning how to identify and attacking from off angles as a duelist can also be effective sometimes in terms of, distracting the enemy team and creating space, like those small gaps for your team to, slide in and, touch them. So although this tip is mainly for higher ranks, like say Diamond and above, focusing on improving your positioning early on in even lower ranks like Bronze, Silver is definitely worth it, and it would definitely translate well later on when you climb onto higher rank. Because as when you're in a higher elo, game macro like positioning, timing, that will determine which is the better team, and the better team will just win, right? However, if you are from Bronze to Plat, for example, and you're trying to rank up, focusing on learning your hero's kit and using them to their fullest potential in this elo is way more important, as having a better mechanical skill will easily help you get past the rank up till Diamond. But still, regardless, take my advice and try and incorporate positioning into your low elo games, and you'll be able to climb up easier when you reach Diamond. Number 3. Try and play around a team as much as possible. So what I'm saying is protecting your healers from flankers or pushing with your tank when they are actually able to make space for the team. Here's my advice for each of the roles. As for duelist, try and protect your healers when needed and push with your tank when they are able to create space. And for strategists or support, focus on healing your tanks and try not to engage in any unnecessary fights, so try to stay back line where it's safe. Lastly, for vanguards, try and find ways to create space for your team to fight, as that's the sole reason why we have Vanguard, right? This tip does not only apply to Marvel Rivals actually, but like other hero shooter games like Overwatch, which is where I came from. Tank main, by the way. Try and learn how each role plays an impact in the game and do your best in fulfilling that role. Number 4. Knowing when to push and retreat. Okay, I can't tell you how many times the enemy has thrown the game by just pushing unnecessarily and we just win. You know, it was a losing game for us, but then we just came back. So we call that overextending. So please do not overextend. Of course, you can't do anything if your team decide to, just push in and die. But you yourself as a solo queue player know when to push and fall back can actually help minimize the damage and losses for your team. Can't really teach you on when to push, when to retreat. Like obviously the obvious stuff is like, you don't push in alone, you're gonna die. And of course, you don't retreat when there's only like two players left in the enemy team, right? But knowing when to do that and when not to do that it comes from experience. So you will have to play more in order to identify the patterns and the timing. Okay? Number 5, learn where the health packs are on the map. Don't expect your healers to fully focus on you because they will and should be putting their priority on the tank. I can't tell you how many times I've been saved by knowing where the health packs are instead of relying on my healers. Because most of the time, when you're engaging in fights like 1v1s, you wouldn't have the time to, go find your healers for heals. Learn where the health packs are and pick the fights around them for a better advantage, right? Number 6. Learn a small pool of heroes for the roles that you're interested in. Because why I say this is because from Diamond and above, there's a hero banning system. You may not always be able to play the hero that you like. And for me, it was... Hello? So I struggled a bit when I actually reached Diamond because Hela carried my ass from Bronze all the way to Diamond, right? At that point when she gets banned every single game, I don't know who to play. For me, I increased my hero pool to Punisher, Moon Knight, Psylocke, and Starlord. So because I like to play duelist, so this is where I try and increase the hero pools that is related to my role. And this has allowed me to, be more comfortable playing in the higher elo without any worries on what heroes gonna get banned or so, because you want to try and be flexible. In higher elo, it's all about flexibility. Pick 2 or 3 heroes other than your main and learn it in quick play so that you can increase your hero pool. Number 7. If you are on a losing streak, alright, let's say maybe you lose 2 games in a row, take a break, take a Kit Kat and come back again with a clear headspace, because playing with a tilted mindset will not get you far. You'll just keep getting more and more tilted. So take a break. It could be, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. For me, it's a day. If I lose 1 to 2 games, I lose 2 games in a row, then I just like, what, fuck it. I'll just go quick play and learn other heroes. This is what worked for me. Maybe for you, it takes about 30 minutes for you to calm your big brain down. So yeah. Number 8. Do not panic when you're getting steamrolled by the enemy and switching to roles that you're not familiar with. When you find yourself in a situation that there's no other ways for you to turn a game around, okay? It happens sometimes. Just calm down and say to yourself, you're probably just not good enough. Let's learn what we can from this game and do better on our next game. Panicking and switching to the roles that you don't usually play just to fill up the so-called meta 222, as people say, will usually just do more harm than good, honestly. And basically taking away the chances, the already so small, the small chances that you already have of coming back. Just be a chill guy and try your best in the game. If it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. Life is not perfect, and so are you, so is me. Because sometimes we really just have bad games and we really can't do anything. Like the other team is just too crack. It's okay. We'll take it. We'll take the L. GG. Go next. It's okay. Number 9. Do not go on autopilot. What does this mean? Okay, this happens very often to new players in rank, as you will just blindly go in and play the game. So you don't know why you die or why you lose the match, and you will carry this same mentality towards your next game, your next game, your next game, your next game. So what I want you to do, I want you to be more aware when you're in game and not autopilot and just blindly do and die and lose. How do you do that? as per the majority's opinion, we have VOD review. Yay! What I want you to do is look back at your highlights and figure out, why did you die at that particular spot? Could you have done better? That could change the outcome of the fight? Or even, how could you have used your ult better in that particular scenario to win the team fight? Should you have waited a bit longer before popping your ult to maximize the value gain for your team? I don't know. Who knows, right? So, different game, different scenarios. Do what fits you best, and not only do what I tell you to do. Alright? This game is all about fun. If you're doing something that you don't like VOD review for example, then don't do it. It's not gonna really affect much, but if you want to and if you are able to do it, then yeah, definitely there will be a benefit. Number 10, our last tip for today, alright, is to never blame your teammates. If 9 out of 10 games you lost, right, and you think it's because you got shitty teammates, think again, bro. Sure, there'll be definitely some games that have bad apples, but most of the time when you lose, you're just not making good impact to the team. And yeah, I know, you're MVP every game, right? Dropping 30, 40 bombs every single game, but you still lost? What can we learn from this? Okay, it's not really about the kills that you get. It's more so on how you're impacting your team's gameplay. There's no point in getting a 50 bomb in the game when your team is always dying and you're just alone on the battlefield killing, right? So maybe you could have pushed together with your team more, and maybe you could have stood up for your supporters, your strategist, from getting bullied by Black Panther. Please, don't blame your teammates and just focusing on improving yourself. These are what I would pretty much tell to someone that wants to climb rank as a solo player casually, alright? So if you find this information helpful, drop a like, a subscribe for more Marvel related content to come. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!